everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a bit of an update. Well, it's just an update, it's not a bit of an update. It's a pretty big update for the channel. This is for the summer months coming up. Also, I know I'm in a weird spot. I just did my my free comic book day video, so that's already been uploaded, so definitely check that out. It was just my free comic book day haul and what I got on that day. I do have a vlog for that, which I'll definitely be talking more about the vlog throughout this video. But the vlog I just couldn't do. I had a bunch of stuff to do, so I wasn't able to get to editing that video. But that'll be up hopefully by this weekend, because that explains a bit more. It's not just about like this is what I got for the day. It's like I got footage at the different locations, and I even went to like some special events. So definitely check that out if you're interested for what I did for free comic book day. But getting into the main point of this video is the update for the channel as far as the summer months are concerned. Didn't really get to do what I wanted last year. Some of you guys know this, especially if you're into like my gaming videos. I started doing gaming videos last year. My plan was to really get into gaming and have that as like the true second half of this channel. It was like reviews for movies and TV, and then gaming stuff for Let's Plays. Every once in a while I'll do a review, and I've got some ideas for reviews. I don't know if I want to start doing edited reviews or if I just want to start doing reviews like I normally do my TV reviews. So I'm still kind of in the middle of determining how I want to do that, because I have footage for like Resident Evil 7. It'll be super old at this point, and that's one of the weird things. So I don't know if I'll be doing edited reviews, but I will be bringing back the gaming reviews with the Guy on Game series, which I do like once every four months. So I will be bringing that back. But as far as getting into the summer, of course, with a lot of shows ending, I got some season finales this week, I got some next week, and I'm pretty sure there are like maybe 1 or 2 shows that actually have 3 more episodes left. So basically this month is like the end of all my shows for the for the season, and then we're heading into our summer months. It's going to be like all the summer shows. Preacher comes back for AMC. I'm very excited for that, and that's really all I got. Like Preacher and Ruby Chibi for anime fans. Those are like the only 2 shows I can really think of right now that are actually coming out. So I decided, if that's going to be the case, I'm going to finally do what I wanted to do last year before my laptop completely failed on me. And I'm going to add a lot of gaming videos to the channel. I'm going to be doing that. I'm already fairly consistent with it. I do 3 videos a week. I try to do 3 games a week, but things just kind of got weird when I beat one of the games, because I ended up doing it all in one night. So I was like, well, I'll just upload the 3 videos and make it this one game. And so last week it was like 2 Back to the Future and 1 Transformers. And this week, this will be on Twitter already, but odds are you probably don't go there because nobody really does. But I just beat Transformers Devastation, so I've already moved on to finally doing Bayonetta 2. And I have another game that I'm going to be picking up as well. So this week will probably be weird too, because it'll be 1 episode of Transformers and then 2 episodes of Bayonetta. Unless I end up doing Back to the Future, which it's Monday, so I probably will end up having a Back to the Future episode. But yeah, so Transformers is done, Bayonetta 2 is in, and then of course I have Killer is Dead coming up for PC as well, and I'm going to try to start that this week. It just depends on, of course, how things play out. But also going into the summer with, no shows, video games are fairly easy for me to do. I sit down and do them. I've gotten much better at the editing, so it only takes me like 10 minutes to actually edit my gaming videos, because I figured out how to just line it up and I'm done. So going into the summer, I'm going to be doing Throwback Thursday reviews, which will be reviews for basically every old movie that I've ever seen. So I'm going to be starting with these movies here. So that is Transformers. Well, I'll put it up here so if it'll zoom in. So we got Transformers right off the front here. The original 1986, I believe it was 86. So I'll be doing Transformers the movie, which is, I might end up doing that before next month just because I just finished Transformers Devastation. I don't know, I'm kind of in a really good Transformers mood, so I might actually do that very soon. But of course, I'm also going to be doing Evil Dead 2, as well as Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness. I just don't have that here, so I can't like show it off. It's at home. So I'll be doing those. I will also be doing, I have to actually take this out of here. This won't be for a movie, but it's related to a movie franchise, and it's going to be the Back to the Future complete animated series. So I got this when I got like my fancy Blu-ray trilogy collection. I have like everything's just taken out, but I got the complete collection. That's just a picture of it. If it'll zoom in, is it on my face? Yeah. So that's like the complete thing right there. And I've been holding off doing this for quite some time, and I'm like, you know what? It's officially time to do it. It's 26 episodes, 2 seasons, for 4 discs total, and some bonus features. I don't know if I'll review the bonus features, I don't know. But I will be doing a review for every single episode of this, kind of like I did Beast Wars Transformers. Even though it's super old, it's just something I really love, and I'm very curious. I don't know how in the world this is going to turn out with it being the cartoon 80s tie-in to Back to the Future. That should be interesting. I don't know if this came out after the first movie or the second movie, or even well, based on the animation, I won't say it came out after the third movie. I'm pretty sure this was made like in the 80s, so I'm gonna assume this came out like after the second film, like just after the second one, or maybe like right before it. And they had, it was like, hey, let's make a show because it's super popular. So gonna be doing a review for every single episode of that. And once again, the Throwback Thursday reviews for the films. This will just be random as far as Back to the Future. That won't be like a weekly thing where it's like every Thursday is Back to the Future or something. This will just be, when I watch an episode, I'll do it. And it'll probably be a lot like Transformers, where I kind of flew through that series because I was just watching episode after episode, and I would just be like, episode review, episode review. So that's probably how this is going to play out as well. I have other movies. I have a ton of old movies. I don't believe I've ever reviewed any of the Star Wars films. At least none of the like original films or even the prequel movies. I don't think I did. So I'm gonna be sitting down rewatching those for like the millionth time. I could easily do a review on all of those without rewatching them, but I'm gonna watch each one and then do a review after that. The Warriors is one that I really love. The Warriors. I just never ended up reviewing it because, of course, that movie's super old. So, going to be doing a lot of Throwback Thursday reviews, and of course, that means it's going to be every Thursday. It'll be a weekly review. This is the back of the Evil Dead case, by the way. I just think that looks great. I don't know if you guys can hear Sadie. She's just laying on the ground. But yeah, it'll be every Thursday. This will be starting next month, so starting like June 1st or the week of June 1st, it might actually, however that plays out, I don't know what the date of June 1st is, but during the first week of June, that's when I'm going to get into all of this, so that first Thursday will be whatever the Throwback Thursday review is going to be. It'll probably be its own series. I might actually title all of them as like Throwback Thursday review, and then it'll just be the title of the movie. So just to make like its own series and have like a playlist for it and stuff like that. But we'll love to know your suggestions for any old films that you guys would love to, get my opinion on. Whether it really doesn't matter what the genre is. Just let me know. If you guys also have any ideas for what you want to see me review as far as current movies, anything like that. Like if it's something that's on Netflix or anything like that, foreign movies as well. I'll probably be getting to a lot more of those because Netflix has a buttload of Japanese movies, and I always end up watching something every once in a while, but I never review any of them, so I'll probably be doing that. I'll be doing more anime over the summer as well. It won't be like full things. Like right now, I only review like 2 anime series in full, and Boruto just started up. Sorry if this means nothing, because if you don't watch anime, these are just weird words. But Boruto just started, so of course I'm reading that. I'm going to be catching up on the manga for that as well, for anyone that might actually care about that. I'm going to be doing Ruby Chibi once that officially comes out, because they got a weird thing going now where people who don't pay have to wait like a full week for the episodes, so those will be like a week late unless I find them on not so legal websites. But yeah, other than that, I'll be doing some of the Netflix shows. I'm going to be doing a review fairly soon for Voltron, Defenders of the Universe. At least the first episode, I'm going to do like a season 1 or episode 1 review, and then I'll do a review for like the entire season, just to give like kind of my initial impression of the first episode for people that haven't gotten into the anime yet. So that's how I'm going to do all of the Netflix anime. It'll be like a first episode review, and then I'll just do like a full season recap review, just to kind of save time, so I can just kind of shoot through the episodes and it doesn't take as long. I had an idea. I thought about this last year. I don't know if I even want to do it, but I've been thinking that I might do the Ninja Turtles Next Mutation. That's the live action Ninja Turtles TV show. It's only got 1 season, and I think it's kind of like the Back to the Future thing. I think it's only like 26 episodes or something. And I've been thinking about it. I don't know if I even want to get into that, so that's kind of up in the air, but I'm just letting you guys know. You let me know if I should or should not even bother reviewing that, because that would be an episode by episode thing. That would not be like the full season. I would have to review that per episode, because it's the live-action Ninja Turtles TV show that everybody hates. So I kind of feel like if I review it, it has to be every single episode. So you guys let me know how you kind of feel about that. But like I said, would love to know any suggestions you have for movies to watch, anime to watch. Like I said, as far as anime, I'll do like a first episode review and then a full season review. So I won't do every single episode. Defenders is coming out this summer. That's one thing I know I'll be reviewing. I think that's in August as well. So August will be Defenders. Also, Uncharted 4 has the DLC coming out. I'm doing a full Let's Play of the Uncharted 4 DLC. So that's like anyone who might have an idea for that. I'm definitely doing that. Whatever I'm doing is going to probably get paused because I'm going to be on Uncharted, and that's going to take up like all of my time 100% because I love Uncharted and I cannot wait for that DLC. So that's going to take up my time. Whenever the Resident Evil DLC comes out, I know I got delayed, so whenever that does officially come out, of course I'll be doing a video on that DLC. But any suggestions you guys have, just let me know. To get to the vlog and how that's going to play out, it's going to happen. I mentioned when I first started I wanted to do a vlog every single week, and I mentioned in some of the episodes actually, my life is pretty boring. Like, all I do is the review stuff, and that's it. I do YouTube. Sometimes I play games off of YouTube, and then I watch shows, and every single show I watch, I review. Like no joke, every single, except for Pretty Little Liars. Every single show outside of that show, I do reviews for, and that's only because I'm behind. If I wasn't behind, I'd be reviewing that because it's in its final season, and I actually like that show. It's a really good show. But other than that, every single show I do reviews for. So that's it. That's pretty much, like, there's nothing for me to really vlog. But instead of the vlog, which I'll still be doing, it'll just be when something special happens, there'll be a vlog, and that's pretty much it. It won't be weekly like I initially planned, but the vlog will still be happening. But another thing that I will be picking up, kind of in conjunction with the vlog, is photography again. I'm going to be doing that. I've gotten to it recently, for those of you who may not have seen on, well, it's on everything pretty much, but I post all my stuff on Instagram, so that way it goes to all the accounts, my other accounts automatically. But if you haven't checked any of my social media accounts, I've been getting into figure photography. I've done like a few figures. I did like recently an unboxing and review of a new figure that I got from a convention I just went to. And so I was like, well, I'm going to get some photography pictures. I also got some stuff. I got like a million Loot Crate figures because now they do QFig every couple of months. So I got a bunch of figures I can take some cool pictures of. So that's what I'm going to start doing. All of those will be on all social media, but they'll be posted straight to Instagram. And some posts aren't allowed to be transferred. Like when you do multiple pictures on Instagram, they don't let you transfer that stuff. You can't have a link go to Twitter and Facebook. So definitely check out my Instagram. It's Invisiblekatana, of course. I'm Invisiblekatana on every single platform, not including gaming, but all that information is always in the description if you ever need to find me on anything. Links to my personal Facebook page with my actual name, the Invisiblekatana page for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All that stuff is on there, so definitely check out my Instagram page. Follow me if you would. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to be getting into a lot more figure photography, maybe photography in general. I don't know. I wanted to do that when I first got into social media. I was like, I'm going to make sure I do a picture. Once again, and every week things, when it's simple, I'm always like, I'm totally going to do this every single week. And then it fell apart. I just stopped doing it. So now it's just going to be when I have something to, put a picture up about, that's what it's going to be. I'm not going to do just random stupid pictures just to make a quota. It's just going to be whatever I think actually looks good. So that's what's going to be up on Instagram. So definitely check that out if you're interested in photography. I might be getting back into like gaming photography, because that's another thing with Uncharted 4. They have a photo mode, and I practiced that a little bit last year, and I had a great time with it because you could do certain things, especially with some of the cheat codes. You could have certain crazy little setups for really epic looking pictures. And I want to get back into that just because I think it's really unique. And I wish every game now had a photo mode, because especially after beating Transformers, I was like, man, I wish every single game you could just be like, freeze and just take a picture of the area while you're fighting or something. Because I feel like every game should totally have that, because it's just so cool now. And maybe that's my photography side. Maybe a bunch of other people couldn't care less. But I think now every single game should totally have a photo mode because it just looks so good. But going to be getting into more photography. Like I said, the vlog will just be whenever it comes out. Throwback Thursday reviews officially will be starting the first week of June, or maybe the second week, however, depending on when June 1st is, that's when the Throwback Thursday reviews are going to be starting. The Back to the Future thing, that will definitely be starting next month as well, especially with it being every single episode review rather than like just a full series thing. But that's where things are headed as far as the channel. I'm going to finally get to do the gaming videos like I want to. Mostly they'll be older games, but I do plan on getting some new games fairly soon. I don't know how soon, and they won't be like brand new games, but they'll be newer, because everything I'm doing is like a few years old at this point, and that's just because those are the games I want to do. I do the games I want to do, not like what's popular, even though I should probably do that just to try to get more views. I'm stubborn that way. I just do what I want. That's why all my gaming videos are for games that are like 5 years old. It's like I just want to play those specific games because, excuse me, those are the games I love. So that's how I do it. I'm just stubborn. I'm just stubborn that way. So that's how it's going to be. But more gaming videos are coming. The vlog will come as it does. The photography, same thing with that. But officially, Throwback Thursday review starting next month. Back to the Future, the animated series starting next month. There are 2 other shows that I will be doing reviews for, and this was something I set up, I wanted to do last year, but I never ended up doing it. Under the Dome Season 3, as pointless as that is, I'm totally going to review that final season because I watched the first 2 seasons of that show and loved it, and I had no idea they switched it up on me because I don't watch CBS, and it was like, yep, it came on this summer, and I had no idea. I just assumed it was canceled, and then I found out it had a whole 3rd season to end out the series, and I was like, oh, well, I should probably review that even though I'm totally behind. And at this point, I'm like 2 years, I'm basically going to be 2 full years behind when it hits this summer because it premiered in the summer. So there's that, and then of course the first show that I ever reviewed, Beware the Batman. Once again, the same situation. I thought they were just reruns on Toonami, and it was like, nope, those were actually brand new episodes. Those were the unreleased episodes of the first season because they got canceled, but they still had like 26 episodes, and so like the second half of that season, I had no idea it was actually being released on TV. So gotta find the episodes for both those shows, but those will be done this year, even though they're super, super old. I still gotta do it. Just for me, in general, I'm gonna be watching them because I want to know how the stories end, but also because, especially with Beware the Batman, that was the first show that I ever reviewed. It was like, that's kind of what started all this officially, where I really got into doing the channel. But I gotta go back to the Beware the Batman, so gonna be doing those this summer as well. But like I said, flashback reviews, or I keep saying throwback Thursday reviews, Back to the Future, and of course any suggestions you guys have. Like I said, if it's anime, as long as it's like a short anime, like I'm not gonna be reviewing like, here's season 1 of One Piece. I'm not doing that because One Piece is in like season 1 billion, and every season has like 8 billion episodes. I'm just not going to do that. I tried reading the manga, and I'm still on chapter 100, so there you go with that. But Boruto, I got Boruto for anime. So any suggestions you guys have, as long as it's like a limited thing, I will definitely be doing that. But really had to do this update to let you guys know exactly how things are going in the summer, because it always changes up during the summer because all the shows are off, and then it's like, especially with last year, with me not having my laptop, things kind of just fell apart, and I didn't really do much. So that's not going to happen this year for sure. I'm definitely going kind of full force with it. I bought some stuff. I bought a microphone. I'm not using it right now, and I don't know when I'm going to use it. Even though the box is open, I tested it out. Great microphone. Turns out the audio sucks in here, so when I do my videos, it's insanely loud, which means I would just have to edit more. So that's great. That's my life. That is my life in a nutshell. I buy something to make the channel better. It ends up just being more work, which would mean things come out less frequently for the channel. So that is my life in a nutshell. It's supposed to be better, ends up being worse. Plain and simple. But I'm keeping the microphone because I know it's better. I'll just use it for when I do like business work and stuff like that. It'll just help us. So it wasn't a wasted purchase. It was just a waste as far as everyday use, like I was really hoping, because I was so excited. And it's like, oh wow, it just makes me sound super loud, and all that hissing noise is also super loud because I'm not in a soundproof room like everybody else is who's a professional on YouTube. So that's my life, and this is the update. So like I said, would love to know what you guys think about this. If you have any suggestions for how I should do things as far as the Throwback Thursday reviews, the Back to the Future stuff, anything like that. If you have any suggestions. Even though it's my channel, obviously I wouldn't do the channel if no one was watching. So obviously I want some feedback if you guys are interested in giving it. But gaming videos are going to be kind of full force this summer. More reviews, older reviews for things that I love that I just never talked about on the channel. I've been thinking also about possibly doing all of Avatar. I bought my dad the original series, The Last Airbender. He has the entire series on DVD. I bought that for him. And I've been thinking, like, I love Avatar. And I thought about this a while back, too. I was like, I should do an every episode review for Avatar. So definitely let me know what you think about that. Because I love Avatar. I could easily rewatch that series 100 times. And I've rewatched it probably 3 or 4 times. Probably. And that's just catching reruns on TV. I've probably seen that entire series total maybe like 3 times, 3 or 4 times, like every episode. So I might end up doing that and, buy Legend of Korra, the complete series, and do, stuff like that as well. But definitely let me know. I got some other reviews coming up as well, some special things. that I have to purchase before I actually do them. So once again, that's like future summer stuff happening. But other ideas for things that I've been holding off for a while, whether it was money based or interest based, mostly it's money based. I can guarantee you it's not interest. But I got some other stuff that's planned that'll probably be coming up in the future. So this is the official super long update. I didn't mean for this to be 20 minutes long, so I do apologize for that. But I wanted to make sure you guys knew exactly how things are going to be planned out this year, because it's going to be different. I'm going to make sure that things are better than they were before, and with more free time, not doing all the shows, that leaves me to do the other half of this channel, which is supposed to be reviews, games for playthroughs, and then random nerdiness kind of in between. So the random nerdiness and the games are definitely going to be the main focus now that we're hitting the summer. And like I said, if you guys have any feedback or any suggestions for how this update is going to be, or what you guys want to see, like I said, for any shows or any movies that you guys might be interested in just getting my opinion on, definitely let me know. Don't ask me to do canceled series. I will not do Firefly. I don't want to love something that got canceled. I just don't. I've done that a million times. I actually done it after I started doing reviews. I think I reviewed like 2 or 3 shows that have been canceled after like the first season, and I don't want to do that. And I've seen way more. This is a super random story just to make this video even longer, but the show Las Vegas, that probably none of you ever even heard of, but it used to be a show on NBC with Josh Duhamel, the guy from Transformers. That show lasted for like 4 or 5 seasons, and I watched reruns on that every day on TNT, and it got to the final season, and I was like, oh man, maybe it's a current show, because I never watched it until I finally started watching reruns. So I looked it up, and it was like, nope, after like 4 seasons, it got canceled, and I spent every day, it was during the summer, of course, that's when I watch all sorts of random stuff. That's actually how I started watching How I Met Your Mother. It was in the summer, and I caught a rerun. But watched every episode of Las Vegas, loved the show, 4 seasons in, cliffhanger, canceled. And I was like, that is my life. I spent all this time, every day, enjoying the show that I had no idea was already canceled. So, please don't ask me to review a canceled series. Just please, that would hurt. That would be really mean. But we'd love to know your feedback on what you guys think about the update and where the channel's going to be headed. Any other random things you guys might want to see that I might end up having the free time to do, with it being summer, less TV shows, less restrictions, every single night having something to review. So I'm immediately looking forward to it. As much as I love doing that, it does limit the other stuff that I do on the channel, because I'm like, I have to make sure that I do the reviews, because that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the main thing. That's what I started with for the channel, so that's what I like to focus on most. As much as I love video games in general, with the channel, it's got to be reviews first. So that's just why it always comes down to that, and everything else kind of gets pushed back. But less reviews, more time for everything else. So we'd love to know your feedback on it. Once again, I really do apologize for this video being as long as it is. That was a really bad idea. I should have been succinct, but if you're with me at this point, you probably know that I always ramble, and I probably rambled a little bit, but I feel like I actually was mostly talking about important stuff. So we'd love to know your feedback. Anything you guys have to say, just please put it down in the comment section below. Of course, once again, sorry this is so long, but definitely thanks for watching.